So what do you think are the key points for practitioners if they're wanting to work in a family-centred way?
At the heart of family-centred practice is good listening. You have to be able to listen, to tune in to the families and be genuinely responsive to the way they perceive things and so on. So you need to be able to do that effectively. Now, if you don't listen to them, they won't listen to you. They're less likely to listen to you. If you don't pay attention to the things that they think are important, they are less likely to see the things that you think are important as being things they need to be worried about. So you absolutely have to get on side with them. The way relationships work, we're hardwired to read signals from other people, and people will know if you're faking interest in them. So you have to be genuine, and that's really a critical element. So the first thing is that you have to be genuine in being present in the moment and able to tune into what they're saying and not distracted by your priorities and the fact you've got to be out of here in 10 minutes and all of these kinds of things. That's a skill that professionals have to learn. Then they have to learn how to respond appropriately, to respond in a human way, if you like, so that the person gets the sense that you are in fact listening to them. You have heard them and you're able to say, oh, that sounds as though you're feeling like this, or that's obviously a pretty hard road for you to go down, and so on. So you've got to be able to respond appropriately. But then you've got to enter into a partnership. And the partnership is perhaps the least understood aspect of family-centred practice. Obviously family-centred practice says what we're trying to do is tune in to what the families want, what their circumstances are, and to build services around that. That's not the same as giving parents what they want. What it means is that you're tuning into what they want and that you have acknowledged what they want. But the professional also has a perspective, and a partnership is a two-way process. The parent has the ultimate say in family-centred practice as to what service is delivered and how it's delivered and so on. But they have to do that on the basis of being appropriately informed about what the options are, what they will gain from this approach versus that approach, how this will help them, what their role is, and so on. If they don't have that information, then the choices they make are less likely to be effective ones. So what you've got is a meeting of two equally valuable partners who each bring a different kind of expertise to the table. So what the family brings is expertise about their family and their child. They will always know their circumstances and their child better than the professional. And that is a huge consideration. What the professional brings is expertise in children in general and the ways in which you can help them and so on. So those two are being brought and put on the table and put together. And the aim of family-centred practice is to build a consensus that is greater than the sum of the parts. So the synergy of putting those two things together results in a more powerful intervention than if the professional tried to just run with their perspective, or if the professional just let the parent determine what was going to go on. So that how to describe and how to exemplify that process in practice is the critical challenge in family-centred practice. And it's a skill, and it's not easy. Mm-hmm. It's not a science. not an art, it's a practice. You get better with practice, get better with reflecting upon it, and so on. But it's something that, a skill that you can build over the course of a lifetime.